Tonight, union leaders are speaking out about the staffing crisis at the Pima County Jail. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Stella Inger.
And I'm Pat Paris. Union leaders say overtime for corrections officers is off the chart, and more deputies will be pulled in to cover shifts. New at 6, 9 on your side's investigative reporter Valerie Cavazos joins us now with how this is impacting the county and a response from the sheriff. Valerie?
We reported a few weeks ago that deputies are covering shifts at the courthouse because the correction officer shortage. Now the Pima County Deputy Sheriff Association, the largest union, reveals the shortage is much worse. And tonight we get a response from the sheriff. It's a bleak picture of the staffing crisis at the Pima County Detention Center, painted by the largest union. Detective Ted Hardenstein is a member.
It's a foreshadowing of more danger to come if we don't get the manning situation fixed.
The union says corrections officers, or COs, are leaving in droves, 5.5 per pay period, putting a severe strain on staffing levels.
That's 11 COs a month. You can't, even if when you're running the academies, you can't replace them fast enough.
Lieutenant Joe Cameron is also a member of the FOP and the Commanders Association. He says 422 correction officers are authorized. The number now, 370.
In order to keep everything running at the manning levels that we have to maintain, it's costing us a tremendous amount of overtime money.
Now reaching 4,200 overtime hours, about $18,000 per pay period, according to the deputies.
They can't staff the jail, so part of the jail now is on 12 hours, with the rest slated to go to 12-hour shifts December 9th.
Cameron says correction officers are now burning their personal days to avoid fatigue.
And now we're in such a desperate situation that we have to pull in resources from all over the place just to keep the place manned at all.
That includes deputies within the department, which is already understaffed.
They are going to allow commissioned deputies to work in the pods as corrections officers for overtime, which is further going to drive up their overtime problem because deputies make more money than COs.
Hardenstein says the staffing crisis continues to impact morale.
It's pretty abysmal.
Is that across the board?
Yes.
Deputies and the correctional officers?
Yes.
Now, both deputies predict it would take at least 2 years to return to regular staffing levels. We reached out to Sheriff Napier and gave him all the information that we received. He responded that it was necessary to make these moves, and he's considering implementing recruiting and retention incentives. He says the steps taken are temporary, and we'll stay on this. Stella.
Valerie.